Welcome, everyone, to the general gaming channel known as M12 Warthog Game. Hey guys, M12 Warthog Game here. I'm back with another video, and today we're playing more.
Get back to the range.
Yay.
I'll explain everything, and I mean everything.
Can't you just tell me now? I guess not.
Okay, so now we have to go back to the ranch and figure out what all this crap is about. Let's get to that. And I need more armor because it seems to be out low on armor. Okay, so hijack.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, what the fuck, man? Hey, Torino, I told you my bad, man. What the hell can I say? I screwed you over.
Calm down, kid.
Just go ahead and kill me then.
Calm down.
Man, you ain't nothing but a fucking yayo dealer anyway, Torino.
Shut up and sit down. Well, you think I'm a drug dealer? And you think you're a crusader for good? Do you have any idea what's going on? Any idea whatsoever? Do you? Do you?
Nah, I pay as little attention to things as
Do
possible.
not be a fucking smartass with me. I work for a government agency. It is not important which one. I will try not to confuse you. Yes, when we last met, I was involved in battling threats in Latin America by any means necessary. That does not make me a drug dealer.
Yeah,
Money that we raised
misconceptions were
have helped us
afoot.
immensely in our overseas interests.
Government agency.
Kids like you expect heroes. We're fighting a war out there. I'll be a hero and I'll lose.
Okay.
Communism in Ohio. People sharing. Nobody buying stuff. That kind of bullshit. So relax and
Okay, for those of you who don't understand what's going on here, I'd like to remind you that this game takes place during the 90s, near the end of the...
Like what?
And, we pretty much just got over Cold War, maybe still going on, and whatnot. And there was a lot of, hatred and a lot of fear going on that one side was gonna
but don't tell him a thing.
destroy the earth, like the ideas of communism was gonna destroy the earth, and communism thought that the idea of capitalism was gonna destroy the earth and whatnot. So got it. So I sort of understand where he's coming from, but
I got here as fast as I could, CJ.
but we now have Caesar to talk to.
Man, you losing it, Holmes. You phoned me a half hour ago.
I did? I mean, oh yeah, I did. Sorry, man, I got a whole lot on my mind.
Perdón.
Okay.
We need to jack a truck on the freeway. It's headed to San Fierro.
Okay, so now this is our mission. Jack a truck on the freeway. Now, before we go, I always get the view thing mixed up. It is right here. So we should be taking this path.
We can get on the freeway here, Holmes.
It's kind of a good spot to get on the freeway. So let me collect my thoughts for a second. We need... Oh my god, what kind of bike is this? Either that or it's been a while since I played. I've been really working hard on Strategy Guide.
Plan.
And that just takes the wind out of me because I talk too much, but I have to explain...
You didn't mention it on the phone.
Playing every detail on how to get strategic victory is the whole point, but... Yeah, okay, so... Somehow we're helping fighting a war and we don't even know it. For some guy in an agency who probably is gonna help us with some shit if we help him, so... So, we don't shoot the truck, we hijack it.
CJ, closer. Match the truck speed.
Well, apparently I can't do that when taxis just want to drive over into my lane and try and ram into me. This is kind of hard to do. I might fail this one.
I'm a Mexican jumping being closer.
Well, if these cars won't come flying at me and just obey the traffic rules, we won't have this problem. They need to...
Truck speed. What do you think? I'm a Mexican jumping being closer. Slow down, CJ.
Yeah, I got too fast there. Holy crap. Okay, this is going to be a problem.
Mexican jumping being closer. Keep level, CJ. Keep level.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to do his thing. And drive it back to the garage. Okay. Wow!
What's the holdup?
Now, what I do know is that this truck, the thing on the back can detach, and that can be a problem. So we have to be careful on how we turn this vehicle and how we back up. And somehow we're not detaching. Okay. So, after taking forever just to hijack that thing, we finally got it, though. And this was probably going to be one of those trucks that no matter how many times you shoot it, it won't blow up kind of thing. Because it was ramming other trucks and they were flying off to the side as if it was like a tank. But instead of the vehicles exploding when you drive into them, they would get knocked off to the side but take a lot of damage. Kind of deal. But whenever I crash into these things, they don't go flying off to the side. I think this is more or less for the sake of the mission, rather than anything else. Okay. So, now that we have the truck, probably not... It's kind of hard to maneuver this in the middle of a city. But somehow we're gonna bring it back. And I'm not sure what we're doing with this. Maybe we can actually use this fuel. Or maybe there's something else inside that they wanted. I don't know how that large truck was able to fit inside this garage. The dimensions of the truck don't look like it can fit in there, but somehow it did. Okay. Well, we passed the mission. And now that we're done with that, we have accessed a new area, but I want to answer this phone call first.
Here, now. Don't screw around.
What an asshole.
Okay, that's not so much of an asshole as me just kicking a guy off his bike and then taking it. But then again, does it really matter? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on the highway. I'm going to show you, go over to the Las Venturas area of the city, because pretty soon, you can actually go over there now with access to that area, but you can't really buy anything until a mission actually brings you out to that side of the, into actually the town and whatnot. But, you get to unlock, some pretty sweet things here. But I'm going to show you around what you need to know, like what areas to go to and whatnot. And I guess I will see you when we get there. Okay, guys, we're not quite at the city, but this is what I want to talk about. The train. Train tracks. When you want to move from one side of the city to another, What you want to do is take this train tracks, because it goes over the water here, pretty much goes around this base here, which you're pretty much going to get shot at if you go near it, and it pretty much brings you up into here, into the city, but you can get off here and drive into the city instead of having to drive all the way around, and, it's pretty good as it brings you past a few places, such as a house. You definitely want to buy one as soon as possible. You definitely want to buy them, but in ways to where they are spread out, such as this place has a garage, as you can see there, but having at least like one in the middle of the city, one all the way out here in the middle of like nowhere area on the map, and then having like maybe one or two in the city, and then maybe one or two on the outskirts of the city is good, because then it's convenient for saving. Like there will be like 3 or 4, like there's a lot of, matter of fact, there is a lot of houses in the city here, all just along this road. And you want to know what? You don't need all of them, but you can buy all of them if you want to be that. If you want to only have to drive like 1 block from no matter where you are just to save. But I will say that if you don't have the money, you don't have to buy all of them. Just take your time. Take your time, buy them where it's convenient. If you're doing a lot of missions in a certain area, then buy one there. That way you can save right after your mission and whatnot and all of that. And when I get to, and now that I've brought that up, I'm going to get to the city, which I'm actually pretty close to. You can actually pretty much go off these hills and do some sick jumps sometimes. Depends on how high they are. On some places, not all of them have high jumps. It looks like it's going to be high drop-off, but then it turns out it's not. Okay, so here's the town. Or city. Sorry, I keep referring to it as a town. I've been playing a lot of Banished lately. So, here's pretty much the city. Probably cannot buy anything within the city in terms of, houses in real estate. As you can see, they're red. There is an airport here. Pretty much have to drive around it, as it's like right in the center of everything. There are multiple houses. You want to spread them out. Be aware of where you're going. The city also contains like many different places where you can get floating star thingies that get rid of your wanted level. I don't know if they have a name. Maybe they're referred to as something somewhere in the stats of like how many I've collected, but I don't know their name or don't know what they're referring it to as. But one of the locations you should know is that a lot of missions from here on out, you may have to get rid of wanted level after missions. Pulling in here and getting this pay and spray is good. Driving around the city, knowing where everything is, knowing where that specific pay and spray is good, because it's helped me a lot the first time I played it. Up here, up the stairs, right in front of me. Gym, of course. And in here, you get a lot of clothing stores. There's like 10 of them. Probably not that many, but there's a lot more than in like most areas that you can go to, buy all your crap, and along this road here, which is the strip, you can get a lot of crap. And when I mean a lot of crap, there's a lot of houses. There's actually some buildings you can go into, but you have to, but it requires that you've done a mission that requires you to go there first before you can do that, and all of that. Another thing, in front of this giant sphinx thing, right on top of this thing that looks like, an Egyptian version of the Washington Monument, there is a star here that you can grab to lower wanted level a little. Also, another thing, that there is bulletproof armor right here underneath this sign, which if you don't want to cough up $200 for it, although it's a bit more expensive in some of the ammunition locations in this area. That's fine, but you also get better weaponry to work with as well. Such as a new weapon is available. So I'm gonna go over that. And it's not the Desert Eagle. Shotguns? No. Drone? I think it's the remote explosives, yeah. More than likely it's remote explosives. Or the M4 assault rifle.
The choice of the professional.
I'm gonna swap my rifle. Now, I swapped it for the AK-47 that I've been using, but here's the thing. The M4 rifle has the same ammo as the assault rifle, as the other assault rifle. So when you buy it, you don't start at like 0 ammo for it. Also, it says a new weapon challenge is available, but you have to manually aim. And manual aim in a game like this is just a pain in the butt for me. It may be very easy or just something that you're naturally good at for manually aiming as well. But, you know, that's just how the game is and whatnot. There is literally, I can also say about the city which we are about to go into, a little heads up, that there is at least like the 3 special weapons, there's at least a spawn point for 3 of them here. I can only remember the spawn location of 2 of them off the top of my head. I remember like what building they are, but I don't remember how to get there. I need to drive around this place, look at everything, and refresh my mind. But, I can say that that you can get a minigun, a flamethrower, and a rocket launcher spawn all here. Some are, but these guns are, like, super good in one area, but not so good in another. Like the flamethrower is good, but it won't, like, shoot down a helicopter, unlike a rocket launcher or, like, a minigun and whatnot. Rocket launcher is good at taking out armored vehicles, but a minigun isn't. A flamethrower is if you get close, because what you don't know is that if the engine catches on fire, it means that the vehicle's about to explode. Now, if you shoot flames onto a vehicle, as long as there's flame on the vehicle, it will slowly take damage until the flames go away. But that does take a while for that to happen. So if you set a tank on fire with the flamethrower, it will slowly take damage as it walks around next to the engine block, and it'll probably be at least smoking before the flames go out unless you drive it into water. But usually that means it's not, drivable anymore when you're doing that. This is one of the bigger cities, in my opinion, and you really can't get lost here unless you constantly check the map. There's also out here, just on the outside of town, right in front of me, that is an ammunition. Another thing you should be aware of is that you have to cross over. There are many points in the city where you cross over the train tracks. That can be kind of bad, as that would result in you hitting things, like hitting the trains, you knocking over, getting knocked over, knocked off your bike, sent flying, you know, but not. Okay, so right behind me, the last thing you're gonna need to know, that is a military base. Instant 5 stars if you go on it, just like the naval base in San Fierro. There is also a military fuel dump like place somewhere in the northeast area of Las Venturas. And here is a place, a little bar where you can go play pool. That is important if you want to bet money and get a lot of money. Just exit and save if you didn't win. But you can get if you need a few bucks to spit, if you need a few, if you need a couple hundred or a few grand in spending cash, that is the place to go. Now, of course, another thing I've noticed that a boat spawns near this house that I bought, and I think you can use it if you buy the place. Now, of course, I want to try and save this bike because I accidentally fell down here, but I also wanted to show you the bike as well. But, I'm gonna go in here, and I think I'm gonna have to end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, leaving any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated. And if you want to see any more videos on this game, feel free to check out the playlist for this, which will also be down below as well. And I will see you guys later in another video.